It's called the Blest Boyz Halloween. A very blessed boys a weenie. Or what'd you say? A very blessed boys a weenie.
A blessed boy's the weenie. I sounded like a Mario, an elder Mario. I want to suck your.
I was gonna say if I was gonna be a vampire, I want to be a gay one.
Gay one. Zach, here I am.
Boogity.
You'd have complete vampire get up, but you'd have a really super tight belly shirt that's like neon green, and it said, "Blood isn't what I'm sucking tonight." But the rest, you'd have like a cape over that.
But it only come down like, it didn't quite come down to your
The cape didn't either, so your ass cheeks were always out.
waist.
and when the flashback scene comes to when you were turned, the vampire's coming after her, and he's like, you're like, oh no, let me get away, let me fight this. Oh, I hate this so much. Oh, he's nibbling on my neck, my worst fear.
I've always dreaded this day. Wait a second. God damn it.
I don't know if my eyes are popping on camera or not, but I hope they are.
Oh, I bet they popping.
Welcome to the Blest Boyz Podcast. My name is Crowder.
Good evening. I'm Andrew.
Trevor.
And we're here to give you your bi-weekly dose of horse shit. That's right. This is our Halloween special extravaganza, Andrew.
The extravaganza.
And we've been excited about this episode for weeks. We just realized that we're going to be able to release an episode for Halloween. And by the way, I'm sorry if you can't understand me. I'm going to try to either get this, knocked down some point in this podcast, or yank him out.
Keith or Sutherland, that's how he talked.
That's true. And he's a goddamn Oscar winner.
Chicks were foaming at the mouth for him, so.
Imbeciles.
We're excited for this episode. We're going to talk about all kinds of things. We're going to go through ghostly, spooky, creepy horrors. And we got a little treat for you at the end of this episode where we get a little dark,
A little weird.
a little creepy.
Ooh. I'm turned on. I'm aroused.
Yeah, I'm hard. Let me tell you, Halloween is probably the best holiday out of the year because it lasts for a month,
It does.
right? Everybody starts their Halloween shit October 1st
And today's Halloween.
for you. Well, tomorrow's Halloween for you.
Yeah,
Today's All Hallows Eve.
that's right.
Mhm.
And I was so excited about doing this episode that I started decorating for this episode on the last one we shot.
He did.
He showed up and I was like so stressed about wanting this episode to be good that
Little Easter eggs, by the way. In the previous episode, episode 7,
I think so.
you can spot skulls and stuff
6.
in the background.
I said, fuck it.
In that episode, yeah, he'd already put them up. He's like, whatever. But we've got a list of things we want to get through on this podcast that we're excited to talk about. It's nice of you to join us, Trevor.
It feels good. I couldn't do it. I don't see how he stabs bitches with that on
Mm-mm.
all night.
All night long.
Stabbing and killing.
Stabbing hoes till the break of dawn.
And the mask was whatever, but the fact that they sold me a movie authentic knife with it is what really Hey, my childhood dreams come true. It's all metal. You wouldn't think they would sell a metal fucking knife.
You've been cutting butter all afternoon.
Yeah, it's the only thing that'll cut for some reason. I don't know why. But oh yeah.
I feel like something to be fucked with.
You are immaculate.
I mean,
This is Papa. What is my last name?
well, technically Nahil, but
The Hill.
2 Chainz.
I always I forget the who.
what if he did put like 2 gold chains on his shit, and he just rocked with that on the outfit.
Yeah. Well, fellas, let's dive right in.
Without further ado.
So I was making this list, and I was like, okay, this is gonna be really fucking cool because it's a Halloween episode, and we've always done something Halloween inspired during Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
And growing up, my sister's birthday was on Halloween, still is, but like it was always really, important, and we always made a big deal out of it. So the fact that we can dress up and do silly shit like this as grown men and people not look at us funny and, still possibly have girlfriends here and there.
And it's a Saturday.
It's a fucking Saturday.
We're grown-ass men. I'll be 33 in a week or so. And I spent my whole Saturday in here putting on makeup and effects with 2 other men.
And I personally had a fucking blast.
I'd do this tomorrow if you guys wanted to.
I do.
I am going to keep these fangs in for some time because I'm getting used to this list. But it kind of makes me feel sexy.
It's your thing. It's your thing, Like 10 years ago might have been hard.
Right.
Now, I don't think so.
Kids are cruel.
So just getting excited about this, I was like, the topics we talk about have to be really good. I think we have some good ones.
Right.
We'll start off easy, segue into it. But what is, and I had to condense this one into one because I had a couple that kind of beat around the same bush. The number one thing that absolutely scares your balls off. And that can be your biggest fear or an actual object of some type that you're scared of, and an activity of some sort. What makes you fucking just sweat when you think about it? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Or maybe I'm just a big...
Sleeping with a new girl all through the night. Like letting my guard down and just going to sleep and sleeping comfortably.
Oh, God.
I don't know why, but I have this overwhelming fear that I'm going to get butchered by a woman in my sleep.
Somehow that's worse.
Right. If I'm asleep, kill me. Don't let me fart in front of people.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Not scared of shit other than that.
I mean, I hate spiders.
How bad do you hate them, though?
Like real fucking bad. Like I will get in a cage with a tiger before, if you're like, I need you to let this tarantula crawl around on you for a while.
Tarantula? No. Well, I asked that because I'm trying to think of a time when we were all together where I fucking seen you freak out. Like, if it's somebody's biggest fear and you've lived with them for 10 years, you'd think you'd see them, a story of like where a spider got in the van or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
You really hold it together well.
I try. Thank you very much. It's been very important to me that I look like a man at all times.
Is there something like an activity that scares you? Because I asked that because I can just think of activities mainly that scare me, like doing something. Is there anything you're scared of like that? Like a roller coaster or fucking...
Skydiving.
Yes. Yeah, skydiving. Fuck. I'm scared of heights. I was petrified of plane rides until the last year. 2021. I'm sorry. Damn, it's already 2 years. 2021, I rode my first plane twice that year, actually. That took a little getting used to.
We were worried fucking sick about you on that plane ride.
Yeah, well, so was I.
And you say you're scared of heights. I got a question about heights for both of y'all. Were you scared of heights because of something that happened? Or was it just the thought of, damn, wouldn't want to be that guy that has to go up that high. I'm terrified of that. Or were you ever pre-scared of it and then had to do something where you had to go up on something extremely high and really feel that fear? You know what I'm saying?
I've done the last thing. I don't love heights, but I've had to be in very, very high situations several times. But no, there's nothing that happened as a child or anything that sparked it. It's just.
You said, I'm sorry. You said, I've been in very, very high situations. I look over and Andrew's sitting over here just looking at you, giving you the undivided attention. And I'm like, this motherfucker sitting here in a Papa Emeritus rose, face painted, high situations, baby.
No, I don't know. It just scares me. I can't explain it. I think that's a very common fear, though.
Yeah.
I ain't really scared of heights. I'm just scared of falling.
Fuck.
Swear.
That's terrifying too, dude.
Yeah, I used to have to stand on these, let's see, they were maybe 12 inches apart, 18 inches apart, maybe. But they were these, like, header things that went on top of the wall. And then you'd have to stand on them and keep your balance. So, mind you, you're, like, 10 foot up, just standing on them things, keeping your balance while you're fucking putting up rafters. That shit sucks.
Yeah, fuck that shit. Boom
Yeah,
lifts,
scary.
man.
Hate them too.
But what am I scared of?
Number one thing that absolutely scares your balls off. If you can think, I know shit like that's hard to think of because 10 minutes later, you're
There's
like,
a
fuck, I
lot.
don't know what it is.
I mean, if we're talking about animals, snakes is my biggest thing.
But
No.
you've had to live with one for several years now.
Well, he's all right.
God damn, I'm right here.
Not you, Trevor.
Yeah, man, I don't like snakes. What else am I scared of? I don't know, man. Nothing interesting. Nothing worth shit.
You've done well with the snake thing.
Come a long
Considering
way.
how scared you were, when I first met you to now, he's actually touched a snake. And I'm not one of those people that's like, you gotta face your fear or you'll not be lit. Fuck all that. I'm scared of everything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think if I face my fear, I'm gonna become a better person. I'm just gonna have more crippling anxiety, and
Yeah,
I'm not about that.
that's what it is. And like, it wasn't no trauma or PTSD from falling or being scared or anything like that. It's literally just the anxiety that's come with getting older.
That's how I should have worded that. Trauma. Is
I
there a
mean-
reason you're scared of something,
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, I don't like roller coasters. You get fucked. I don't like the free falling thing. I don't like the bungee thing. I damn near don't like the bumper cars because y'all be fucking getting crazy on them. I don't like the water slides
You
anymore.
didn't like them bumper cars? When we rode bumper cars in
Well, I don't like people who cheat riding bumper cars. No,
my ass, dude. That
Bro.
shit's documented.
I-
I murdered both of you fuckers.
I get rubbings racing, but when you put me into a wall, pit me into a wall,
That's racing, baby.
that ain't racing.
That's true blue badass speed.
Dwight
No.
D. Eisenhower.
Hey,
Yeah.
we got Robbie Gordon over here getting black flagged every other week. My NASCAR fans are really gonna appreciate that one.
I'm scared of water.
Take you back to the Winston days, dude.
I'm
Me,
scared. I get
fucking
that.
too.
I get that.
do not like the water.
The ocean specifically.
Yeah. Oh man.
I was the first time I went to the ocean, I was actually cooler with it than I thought I'd be. But like, I almost died in the river or the lake, rather, when I was like 17 years old. And if it wasn't for my boy back home, his name's Caleb, he saved my fucking life. And dude, it's terrifying because I won't get into it, but I knew I was going to drown because I'd already went. To me, it seemed like 10 feet down, but it probably wasn't. Probably was like that far from the surface, my head to the water, but I couldn't see
And you could have
anything.
just stood up at any point.
No, we were far out, and I didn't want to go in the first place, but they didn't realize how big of a bitch I was. They're like, "You're good, come on." And I was like, "I'm not good." And I went down, bro, and the scariest part about it was I fought for what seemed like an eternity, probably was like 10 seconds, and I was so fucking just done. Exhausted.
That's what kills you, they say.
Yeah, I freaked out, panicked, and then I was exhausted trying to fight, not really knowing how to swim that great. So I was so tired that I accepted it. That was the scariest part of it all. I was like, oh, what the fuck can I do? I've tried everything. I can't move anymore. And then the next thing I know, he picked me up out of the water. So fuck all that.
Is there a moment where you accept it? Or you're like, okay, and you're not scared anymore? You're like, it's
yeah, that's what I'll never forget about it. Is like, and that's never happened to me before. And it would take something really drastic to happen again, I feel like, because I didn't have a choice. You know what I mean? Like I had did this and kicked so hard that it wasn't working. Nothing was working. And I guess I probably lost a breath when I went down. I didn't take a breath. I don't know. I don't know how to swim. But I knew that at a certain point, I just kept slowly going a little deeper and deeper and deeper, seeing the sunlight almost fade away. And I was like, this really fucking sucks. And you don't have time to think or nothing. You're just like, well, fuck.
Game over.
Didn't think I was going out this way.
Yeah.
And then literally, I don't know how the fuck he did it, bro. They could swim like fish. Thank God. Because if I'd have been with anybody else that couldn't swim even half decent, I'd have been fucking dead. And
some people can, man.
Man, it was so traumatizing.
We used to go down to the marina at the Green River in Morgantown, and jump off the dock there, swimming just like a bunch of boys, middle school boys, swimming in that river.
How do they stay afloat?
Currents like, the fastest you've ever seen. That river ain't been dredged in 20, 30, 40 years. And we didn't think nothing of it. But now that I'm older, I'm like, God damn.
So dangerous.
Yeah.
So fucking dangerous. And they always say, well, kick your feet. That's how you, because I don't understand like how people just stay
afloat and just stay in one spot. I don't know either.
They're like, you just kick your feet.
Yeah.
I was kicking my goddamn feet as hard as a motherfucker could kick that day, and I was just sinking.
It's more than just kicking. There's a finesse.
Yeah. The funny thing is, bro, even when they pulled me back up on shore that day, Caleb and my buddy Seth, who was there, we was with Seth's mom. She took us there that day. They had a big laugh about it, and they was like, glad you're okay and everything. I've tried to explain it I've thanked Caleb multiple times. Every time I see him, I thank him for it. I bring it up. I still, to this day, don't think that he realizes how
close it really was.
How bad it was.
Maybe not.
So I'm fucking really thankful for that motherfucker. But what? Okay, no, this is kind of the same thing. But when you were little, what was the scariest thing to you when you were little? Before you became like a teenager.
Oh, I got a good one. Let me take his teeth out.
Can you pop those in and out?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, like leaving this one in helps me a little bit.
You look Sabretooth. That's who you look like.
Yeah.
I'm hornier than I was, and I didn't think I could get any harder.
This one's funny actually. I used to have a reoccurring nightmare when I was a little kid. So me and my brother Derek, we shared a room growing up. It was a renovated attic, so it was the length of the house. Just one solid room. It had a bathroom in it. We shared that room growing up as kids. And then he was 5 years older than me, so, things changed faster. I was still a kid while he was a teenager out running around, so he was gone a lot there at the end. And I used to have a reoccurring nightmare that there was an evil version, like an evil doppelganger of him that lived in the bathroom. And it looked just like him, except he had sharp teeth and red eyes. And he'd come out of the bathroom and come and get me.
Bad Derek.
And it was fucking horrifying.
That's terrible, bro.
It was the worst. Yeah.
I could see him just being scarier than fuck how he is if he wanted to be.
And it was reoccurring.
No No offense, he's a great looking guy, but he could be a fucking mean motherfucker probably.
It was reoccurring, it was almost like my sleep paralysis demon. Which that's some shit we need to talk about in a minute. Because I actually, all these years, I thought I've had it before. I've told people that I've had a couple of them. I have not had one until last year.
Yeah, I remember you coming to me and telling me about it.
Yeah, 2 of them in the same week.
I was like, damn.
I think it's something with your sleep or something.
I know exactly what prevents it. I know how to sleep and it not happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, sleep on your fucking stomach.
And it's usually like being stressed out to the fucking max.
And if you are stressed out, don't try your best not to think about sleep paralysis. At least for me, anytime I've ever longed on it, that's when it's happened.
Andrew, you had any great fears as a child?
I mean, sleep paralysis is a good one. That's something I had since I was a child.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. I might have had 5 over the years, or maybe 6. Like, I remember them vivid.
Yeah.
Remember them like they were yesterday.
Don't take many, does it?
No. It's the most terrifying thing. And then you're like, when you're young, you don't know what it is. And, when I was young, started getting into, what was it? This was before Ghost Adventures, or maybe
devil worshipping.
Maybe it was right at the time they started or something, but I was young. So anytime I'd watch ghost stuff, man, this shit just scared the fuck out of me. To the point where I couldn't sleep facing the wall.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then I'd have to sleep facing the door, and then, and then I'd always feel like something's running up on me as I'm trying to sleep. So sleeping always sucked.
Yeah.
Always sucked.
Honestly, now that I think about it, when I was younger, when we would go to bed, man, fuck. There was some weird shit going on at the house that I lived at. Whether or not it was real, I don't know. But it was some stuff that was going on in my family and some things that happened. And I just remember always having to hear about it and them talking about it. And I just knew that I was fucking terrified because where these things supposedly happened was right behind my head where I slept. There was like a master bathroom, and the bed I slept in was right here. My feet were there, and my head was here, and you could go in the master bathroom. And every night so fucking terrified, I would literally fetal position, cover over the head every night. And I would be the last one fucking asleep every night. And it was just terrifying.
He used to take the pillowcase off and put it on his head.
Oh, no, yeah.
Just like that, though.
Just like that.
Sleeping did suck.
Yeah, sleeping was never great.
Yeah. My first sleep paralysis was back in December last year, 2021. Some shit was a little wild in my life at the time, super stressful. I wasn't sleeping good, wasn't eating good, wasn't thinking good. And I think that's what caused it.
Wasn't fucking good.
No. And I was laying in bed. I get this strange, weird electric feeling. The whole room like comes alive. The hairs on my arms and everything stand up. And I hear this loud footsteps in the kitchen of the girl's house I was dating at the time. And they're coming this way, loud steps, and they get moving faster and faster and faster, and to the point to where they're in a dead sprint. And I hear this screaming coming from whoever's running. It's like, rah! And I can't fucking move to get up and to do anything about it. Whether that was meet this motherfucker head on or say, see ya, bitch, and ditch, get out the window.
See ya, bitch, and ditch.
Yeah.
Couldn't do nothing.
No. Dude, that feeling was so horrifying. And then later on that week, I had another one. And that one was I woke up. Well, I thought I woke up. She was on the phone talking really loud in a panic. Shit was going down, whatever it was. And behind me come this creeping ass feeling that somebody was coming up from under the bed right behind me. I shook out of that one. But like in my head, I was screaming at the top of my lungs.
Trying to.
Right? And she said that I barely made a peep. Like she said at the end of it, as I come out, I was kind of like, ugh.
So she got to see you doing it?
No, but me making that noise woke her up.
Mm.
She said that's the only noise I made. There wasn't no screaming. But I would have argued that I was screaming at the top of my lungs the whole time.
Put
God,
money on it.
they are so terrifying.
They are, man.
Because, like, you're just stuck. And you're trying to, like, punch and get up and scream.
Punch,
and yell.
fight, and fuck.
Oh, man. Don't make me get rowdy.
It's,
Not in this Pope
You
suit.
look like a wrestler in that Pope suit.
hell yeah, like you fucked somebody up without even touching them.
You look like you would retire and come back 8 times.
Yeah. Just couldn't get rid of the dream.
The GOAT.
I guess they've done studies on it. I know there's that if you don't know a lot about what we're talking about with these things, it's not a nightmare. It's not
The Nightmare.
But the documentary is called The Nightmare, ironically.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that you were trying to think of the name of the movie. I just ruined it for you.
No.
Say it again.
Sleep paralysis isn't a nightmare, at least in my head. But there is a documentary called The Nightmare, and it explains what it is really well. It gives the story of a couple people, and the weird thing is everybody that has true sleep paralysis, they will always have a lot of similarities within their stories. And like when you explained it to me, you was like, yeah, the electric feeling and all that. I was like, yeah, that's what it was. At least that's what I've experienced.
Those poor bastards in that documentary, they'll have them every time they sleep.
Yeah, that's bad. I haven't had one since Christmas. Honestly, maybe 2 Christmases ago. Now, I've had a couple of them that have came on, and where I was having them so frequently, I was able to kind of fight out of it and figure out how to, because
I've had that too since.
most of the time I was doing it when someone else was in the bed asleep, and I couldn't move a fucking finger to wake them up. And I got tired of that shit. And my sister Aubrey, she's seen me do it. She's the only person that ever actually witnessed it happen. And the way she explained it to me didn't look like what I thought it would look like. Because, I guess you take from a study of the movie, they say that your brain releases a chemical when you go to sleep that allows you to dream.
Your body paralyzes during your REM cycle.
Yeah, exactly.
To keep you from acting out your dreams.
So what happens is you're halfway asleep, halfway awake, and what I can take from it is you take a snapshot of everything that's around you in the room. Mine wasn't from memory because the place I was staying that night, I'd been to a lot, but I didn't live there. I went and visited my folks' house, so I kind of knew what was in the room. But what I was seeing at the time, I thought my eyes were wide awake, and I was just laying on the air mattress looking like this. I couldn't move. But she said my eyes were rolling in the back of my head. That part I didn't know. So, they say that you're halfway, you go into that part where you release the chemical to dream, but you're still awake, cognitive. So, therefore, what you can see in your dreams can actually be there. And that's how scientists have explained it, at least from my studying of it. But my thing is, if that's the truth, then wouldn't everybody see different shit? If our wildest fucking fears can come true because our chemicals released, wouldn't everybody see different shit they're scared of? Why would everybody be experiencing the same kind of thing?
Yeah.
Not saying there's some supernatural thing to do with it. But
I think it's because it creates a certain kind of feeling, and that is similar with everyone.
Yeah.
And it's your brain's interpretation as to why you're experiencing that feeling. So it puts something there that makes sense, that looks like what you're feeling, to justify it. And that's why people have similar stuff. It's not one thing that everyone sees. It's like a group of 5 or 6 things. That's why it's varied like that. But it's not super varied. It's not, super custom. But it's varied enough, and that's the thing. That's what your brain's trying to justify as to what you're feeling. When you feel paralyzed or like you're sinking into the bed, you might see something sitting on your chest,
yeah,
putting weight down on your chest and stuff like that.
where you sink into the mattress.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
Actually, when I was younger, what happened before? What I think led into the sleep paralysis thing. There was this movie. This is a good segue too. There was this movie I used to, or I watched when I was maybe 9 or 10 years old. It used to come on IFC. It's called Strangeland with Dee Snider. It is the craziest, or a crazy movie, especially for a child to be watching it at 3 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Have either of you seen it?
No.
I know of it. I know what it is.
It's definitely worth the look. Definitely worth the watch, rather. But long story short, it's like just a horror film. Kind of like this guy. I'm butchering this story, but this guy is into like body mutilating and like just body piercing. He has someone hanging from his basement, I believe it is, or he'll stitch their eyes closed and stitch their mouth closed, and I don't know. He just gets off with that. Well, he finally got caught, right? And then then comes back and tries to change, but then the community ain't fucking having it. They're like, no, man, this dude ain't changed, for sure.
You meet hooked my sister Mary.
Yeah, no, he definitely
You
did.
ain't gonna come back down here and start shopping at Dollar General on a Monday in March. The fuck's wrong with you?
Then they tried to hang him, right? But he come off, he got loose of this noose and fell from the tree and then come back and got revenge on these motherfuckers. Oh.
He said, we're not gonna take it.
No, we are not. And he didn't. And, man.
And he did not take it.
It's worth the watch. Anyway, so that, back then, mind you, I'm like 10, it scared me enough because there was some pretty, like, gruesome shit in there. It scared me enough to where, like, that's what started fucking up my sleep.
Mm-hmm.
But then that got me interested into, like, all this other shit, like ghost hunting and
an old shitty movie used to come on cable all the time called Mosquito. Fucked me up for a little while. It's so stupid.
Mosquito.
So stupid.
Well, that's all right. So what I was gonna ask is, I mean, what's like the all-time favorite horror film? Like what's this here? Because we are definitely in the festive atmosphere of.
This is the season of the witch.
No tattoo.
Man, that's hard for me. Because I'm going to have to be lame and say something new. And it's not a movie, it's a series. But Mike Flanagan's The Haunting of Hill House on Netflix was
That was great.
fantastic and so perfect and so beautifully shot and well acted. So good. I've never seen anything like it and scared the shit balls off of me.
That is the one that was like...
Yeah. Bent neck girl. Fuck yeah. She was oddly attractive.
Her all the way up.
I also found her very attractive, which was weird, confusing feelings.
Yeah.
Man, what a good time.
I don't know what this thing wants.
That was a scary movie. Yeah, that fucking... There was honestly, like, I'm kind of hard on some horror films because I feel like it's all the same. Because, I mean, the OGs killed it. Friday the 13th set, all these movies, I'm not even going to get in. They set the tone. So then, like, you just start recreating stuff, and it's just the same thing. All right, same story over and over. But, man, there were some good ones. What was the last, like, good one I seen? I mean, It was cool. There's that one that actually scared the fuck out of me, that Annabelle.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, boy, it lit me up.
All those Conjuring Universe movies, most of the time, are pretty decent. Some of them are real good, and then some of them are kind of shit. But
the demonic movies, though, those are my favorites. What is it? The Right?
Great.
Was that with Hawkins? Anthony Hawkins?
Yeah.
Man, it's great.
It's good.
Hell yeah. What was that? One with what's his nuts? Killing people in the shed.
Oh, Frailty.
Oh,
Bill Paxton.
Loved it so much.
oh, that's
as a
great.
kid.
Yeah.
Fenton? That's a great movie. A lot of good scary movies have came out in the last couple of years. I really liked Hereditary.
Oh my God, that's the best one. That's the best horror film that's come out in probably 10 years.
I agree, and I loved the old school slashers. Like, I loved the work that people did. I got into like the special effects and all that with dudes like Tom Savini, and I loved how they would work on movie sets and like would work with these engineers who would build the puppets and do this, and how they would kind of like work within the same web of this director who would then get on to another movie, and then they'd circle back around on Friday the 13th part 4 when there's been 3 where they haven't seen each other, and to see how they could like make it better or worse.
Mhm.
But obviously Michael Myers Halloween was my favorite growing up, but 2 that I think are underrated, and not so much anymore because of social media and how people can talk about this shit, and then something that was underrated now isn't, just like with bands and shit too. First one I'll say is 13 Ghosts. I thought it was a fucking awesome movie. Thought the story was great. The characters were awesome. A lot of thought put into them. But the next one that I think, and I'm talking about the first one, not the reboots, especially not the newest one, because what a fucking pile of dog shit it was. Jeepers Creepers #1.
I was just, the moment you got done talking, I was going to slide in and say Jeepers Creepers scared the piss out of me as a kid.
Fuck.
And boy, did it. And create like just straight up vomit inducing anxiety when he's down in the well and she's trying to get him out, and here comes the fucking creepy ass truck, you know?
That car's grinding it fucking.
Wow.
I'm like, drive that motherfucker and get it in reverse, put it in 4-cog and torque it down, get the fuck out of there. You got to do something. That pipe's long.
God damn it. Scared the fuck out of me. Another series I'd like to chime in, if anybody hasn't watched, by the same director, Mike Flanagan, on Netflix, is called Midnight Mass. So fucking good. So good, so different, original. I don't want to tell anybody about it because there's a big twist.
What about Devil in Ohio? Y'all seen that? Is that good?
I think but I think that's like a kidnapping story. I don't think it's horror. I might be wrong.
Actual devil?
I don't think there's actually no devil, no.
What about this Dahmer shit, y'all?
Yeah.
Man, I still haven't watched it. Still haven't started.
Me neither.
I fucking... Did we talk about it on
We
the last
talked about it
podcast?
on the last one, yeah.
I don't know if y'all watched it since then.
Mm-mm.
I skipped ahead and watched some episodes and shit. It's wild. So
Michael Myers,
he's my #1.
a pope, a vampire. That's this year. What was y'all's favorite costume that y'all have done? That you've ever done?
Even as children?
Children, adult, because admittedly, as a child, I didn't dress up a whole lot for Halloween.
I was about to say,
because we didn't. That was a no-no.
I haven't done it as an adult, but maybe once or twice. Maybe once or twice as an adult. Last year I did. I can think of one more year. That's probably it. But as a kid, I remember my favorite costume. I don't know if it's my favorite now, but I don't have a whole lot to choose from. But my favorite, I remember being like super stoked about as a kid, was I was Sonic the Hedgehog one year.
Hell yeah.
And I thought I was the fastest, baddest son of a bitch on the block, and you couldn't tell me otherwise.
You wore your running shoes that night?
Yeah, and I could say and do whatever the fuck I wanted because I could turn around and beeline it right out of here, and you couldn't do shit about it.
Fuck you, Dad.
Yep. I told him all kinds of things. It's been on my little chest. Only to realize I had to come home when the street lights come on.
Like, we're letting him be Sonic this year only because we know what it's going to do to him.
What about you there, Mikey?
Well, I'd love to say that this costume is original and I just thought of it this year, but when I was younger, I was a fucking weirdo, and I dreamed of having a Michael Myers mask. Because when I was younger, I just knew that Michael Myers wouldn't kill me if he came to town.
He's like,
oh, you're
this
that
kid's
kid.
too cool.
You're the one that's been watching me.
Hey, I like you.
Come on.
One of my
Hey,
fans.
put your mask on, saddle up, partner.
Yeah.
I got one right here.
We're gonna go killing.
I dreamed of it.
I'm
Now,
gonna get you out of here.
as crazy as that sounds, the killing part never, I never thought about. I just thought he looked so cool. And I know it's weird, but So when I finally, like, I went a couple years as Michael Myers, but my dad painted my face, bless his heart. He did great. And to me, you couldn't tell me I wasn't, but I seen pictures looking back. I'm like, God, thank God for imaginations as a child. And finally got one from Spencer's, and it was a dog shit mask. But before that, I dressed up as Sting every year. And you did too,
Yeah,
right?
I should have said that because I did it 3 years in a row.
Yeah, me too.
Like if that don't mean it's my favorite.
Right.
Totally. I did Gene Simmons one year because I really wanted to be Kiss. I just had a fascination with face paint and masks as a kid, man.
Yeah.
And Sting was number one though.
I did a white and black. I did like a Crow era.
Mm-hmm. That's
I
what I
did
did.
a
too.
red and black, and then I did like the Showtime
You did Surfer Sting?
thing. Surfer?
The
No,
blonde flat
no,
top?
Showtime. Like
Oh,
his
yeah.
his last WCW era.
Totally. Shorter black hair, longer, but it was a little
Yeah,
shorter.
yeah.
He'd wear different types of clothes.
Yeah.
His picture was the one where he had
wa-
just
he
like
wa-
a no shirt on.
Yeah, he didn't do the jumpsuit anymore. He did just the bottoms. It was dope.
He was in great shape at that point too.
Yeah, that
Forgot
was
about
his
that.
prime.
Apparently he was laying a lot of dick down too then.
I'm sure. A lot of dick for Jesus.
Well, the Dick for Jesus phase came in a little later.
Oh.
This was, he was like really into Budweiser and narcotics
Okay.
and having
Premarital sex.
Solid combo.
post-marital sex.
Post-marital, yeah. Okay, fair enough.
What about you?
Mine. Let's see. I dressed up as Wolverine one year.
That's dope.
Hell
The yellow
yeah.
one. Oh, it was lame. Because my damn ear wouldn't stay up.
Fucking
Ah,
shit.
What?
I was so aggravated.
If that don't shit on your Halloween,
How am I gonna go look cool if my ears laying on top
Yeah.
of my head?
your mama should have stuck some foam in there.
I can see just knowing Andrew.
Yeah,
Can you imagine him?
him losing
One
his
ear
shit.
comes down and he lets it go a couple times. And then finally he snaps.
Yeah.
He tears the other
He's
goddamn
like,
ear off. He pours his candy out, stomps it, and pisses on it.
Oh, yo, I got the worst Halloween story.
Walks
actually.
home in his tidy whities.
Yeah.
Fuck his
Mad
whole
as
year.
fuck.
This is the same year. Look, every time I see my mom, she brings this story up. And she gets so tickled that she pees herself.
Well, I'm ready to pee.
All
Yeah.
right. So, dude, Nortonville, Kentucky, circa motherfucking 1998. I'm dressed up as Wolverine. Okay. And there's, this is a small town. There's streets in front of us and behind us or whatever, behind our house. I mean, so, no big deal. Well, there's this one particular house on Cherry Street. It's up on a hill. Pitch black outside. So we walk up this hill. My brother, what is my brother that year? He might be like a mouse or something. So, I know, whatever.
There are all those first few years where you just pick the dumbest shit.
Well, my mom picked it.
Then the older kids always like, God, so lame.
Yeah. We were definitely them kids. So, we walk up this big hill to this house, trick or treat, give me some fucking candy. You know what I mean? So they load us down with candy, whatever. I'm happier and shit, man. I'm so excited.
Nothing stopped my shine.
No, bro. Took off, jumped off that porch and we get going to the next house. Well, I start taking off down this hill. And I didn't see, but they had done cut down some trees. And I got tripped up by a branch.
This happened to me.
And I rolled down this big ass hill. Shoulder over shoulder.
Oh, shit.
Lost every bit of my candy in the process. And I had a full fucking pumpkin.
Oh, shit.
Look, Mom cried and cried and cried. And I was aggravated. It's time to go home. We went to the next couple houses, but
Is that
it
why
didn't
the
make
ear
it.
wouldn't stay on, or was this after?
This was before. On top of my ear not staying
So
on.
you already had the ear problem. Talk about insult to injury.
I'm walking
Fucked
down
up.
this hill, and then there I go, end over end.
Second ear done.
Smarty after Smarty flying out.
Oh, man, I was so mad. What was my shit back then, man? I loved, candy was cool.
Any kind of chocolate was fucking good. Then you had the old people that want to hand you butterscotch shit.
I still enjoy about 6 Reese's at a time.
At a
Hell
time.
yeah.
Dude, I tell you what, there's actually something that's been pretty cool here lately. It's definitely not my favorite, but it's what I'm into right now. What's them Zero bars?
Really?
That's the worst.
I know they're different.
You might as well be sucking on an Almond Joy.
Those are good without the almond in them.
Yeah,
Shut
I
up.
agree.
Swear to God.
I don't like them.
That was so rude. Shut the fuck up.
Nobody likes that shit. But you can
Yeah.
only find the Almond Joy almondless in dark chocolate, and that's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
They got
I don't like dark
Mounds.
chocolate.
Mounds
Dark
and Almond Joy are one and the same, right?
I don't know.
The mounds are maybe the ones without the almonds.
I don't fuck with them.
I don't know. I don't fuck with them either.
Honestly though, my favorite, I think, the costume that I did though, one year me and him did Jay and Silent Bob.
Mhm.
That was pretty on point.
Cool.
And
That
we didn't
was
have to do much for that.
Didn't have to do a damn thing.
No.
I put on a backwards hat and we called it good.
Went and got fucking drunker than a fucking scalded ape.
Dude, didn't we wrestle at night? Didn't we go through I went through a table.
Oh yeah, we went to
Ryan's.
Ron's house that night.
Oh man, we got in a big wrestling match in the garage.
Went through
Several
tables.
people went through a table.
Yeah.
You went through a table and landed on a tire.
Mm-hmm.
Then there was a table that was set up against the wall. I got thrown into by surprise. Hey, give me a heads up, something so I can protect myself. No.
No, you get liquor than them boys. You're just going wherever they push you.
Wherever they want you to go.
Yeah, that was so fun.
Let's
Broke my phone that night.
say there's a fucking zombie apocalypse. This is hard, but it's supposed to be. What's your weapon of choice? I'm not gonna be one of those dickheads that's like, no, you can't have a gun. Fuck it.
My weapon of choice.
But you gotta think about it. It's a zombie apocalypse.
Mhm.
Maybe this is you just get handed it and it's all you got.
Do I have one weapon?
Mhm.
One weapon.
One. Yeah.
Man.
Melee or guns?
Right.
Stuff.
Oh, no. The question is short range or long range. That's what you need to be asking.
No. Well, we need to split it up from melee to guns. And if it's guns, short range or long range.
All right, you get a melee and a gun.
Okay.
What you picking?
Short range or long range?
Oh, no.
It's up to you.
No. That's up to you. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
All right, so I'm definitely taking like a hammer, an axe.
I-
You know, like
A hatchet is what I want.
Yeah. Of some
Or
sort.
a claw hammer.
But a short one, right? So something like that.
Mhm.
But man, as satisfying as it would be, oh dude, it'd be so satisfying to sit there and snipe motherfuckers. Pow. Pow. You know, you don't want a
Oh,
bolt
yeah.
action. I don't know why I just did the bolt action. You definitely don't want a bolt action. You want to send me on May. As much fun as it'd be, sniping and popping, I'll probably have to go with shotgun. Because if you ain't messing with me, I ain't gonna mess with you.
Yep.
But if you come mess with me,
I'm going to cut you in half.
I want maybe a 12 gauge. Where do we start?
Yeah.
Well, this is
Tack
fucking
grip.
lame because I want a hatchet and a 12
it's
12 gauge
it's hard.
scatter gun.
Yeah, I mean,
You want a scatter gun?
Mm-hmm. I'll take one of them goddamn 12 gauge Mossberg scatter guns
I want a rope. And
to hang yourself.
no.
As soon as
no,
the
just
zombie
in case.
apocalypse happens, he's like, I'm leaving. I'm
Just
out.
in case you could use it, but I want a long rope. Here's why.
It's not a weapon.
to trip them
You can
because they
pick
can't
anything you
jump.
want.
They're not gonna
No,
like
you said
know
weapon.
to jump, right?
Said
I'm gonna make it a weapon.
weapon.
A melee. This is my melee weapon.
You can't just say
It's
melee.
fair
If I
game.
can
If I can
anything.
corral them in somewhere, I can tie that rope to one side of something, and then I can take this long ass rope and go to the other end, and I can corral them all in real tight because they're dumb, stupid zombies. Then I take my Mossberg pump that's got half my load's got to be buckshot, half of it's got to be regular 2 3/4. Then I got them corralled. Don't even got to aim. I'm knocking some of them out, but they're corralled up, dumb, stupid, falling all over each other. Then I can get out. Because fight or flight has got to be, you got to find a way out.
Hey, the people that are gonna survive is the farmers, the ones that herd cattle and shit. You exactly right.
Yeah.
The
You're right.
Herschels.
Maybe a
You're
monkey
right.
wrench, but That's because you can knock the fuck out of somebody with that zombie, and you can fix shit if you have to with it.
Bonnie and John Marston are going to be set.
Yeah, but a shotgun for sure. Even something like an M1 Garand, just because it was trustworthy in the
Give
war.
me a Louisville Slugger, wrap that bitch in barbed wire.
Hey, a baseball bat is going to solve a lot of problems. For real. I mean, if you think about it.
Start Lucilleing these bitches.
Hell yeah.
Lightweight, maybe aluminum. A nice softball. It's got a little bit more length on it than a regular baseball bat.
Give me a Louisville Slugger, wood.
What if it cracks?
It ain't gonna crack. It's a Louisville Slugger.
Barry
All right.
Bonds. Barry Bonds, their fucking asses.
Well, I'm not gonna be juicing before I am juicing.
Yeah, it's true.
All right, so I got I'm going to start a story that I want you guys to finish.
Maybe steroids would be the best
That might be your best melee.
Yeah, that is true. That's solid idea. I'm gonna, dude, look, put that back in your hand. Gosh, dude, his hand fucking swallows that can. I've never in my life.
It's not that.
I don't know. It is.
Well, I was trying to cover it because I don't have my
Andre the Giant hand. So all right, so I'm gonna start this story. I want y'all to finish. We was recording our Hearts on Fire EP back in 2018, 17, 18, something like that, in Louisville. And it was at this old creepy church. I guess it was still a functioning church. I don't even know. But no, it couldn't have been.
It was to some degree.
Yeah, I guess so. For sure. Maybe it was a school. I don't even know.
There were classes. It was a school, like a Christian school.
Like a Catholic school.
You definitely feel the spirit in there.
Yeah. So these two boneheads go down to the basement, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to let them continue from there.
Yeah. It's hard for me to remember because I was fucked up.
Am I tripping, or was there a fucking red light in a room down there? Like that, you know what the cafeteria was? Like it was like it was lit up by some emergency light that was red.
Yeah.
And that's the only light that was in there. And that was really weird.
Yeah. There was a lot of noises, and I'm so sorry. This was a bad choice for this.
No, I think
podcast.
it's fucking great.
There was a lot of noises and voices and whispers and stuff down there. But man, I'll be honest, I was a fucking wreck that whole album.
Yeah.
Well, that's not what I was getting to.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was really getting to that voice recording.
Yeah.
The the recordings.
Well, see, that's
Crowder discredits it.
I discredit it
Why do you discredit
because
it?
it was a iPhone app made to scare you like that, and it puts them in there. You can literally get that same voice saying the same thing again.
Yeah, but it's kind of like the fucking thing that they use where they just use the frequencies come in and it's like the word is picked. It's going to be the same voice every time.
Did I just fuck up my nose?
No, you're good.
Are you sure?
It's
Did I
dried
fuck
up.
my nose?
No, it's
God dang it.
Setting powder, baby.
it's set and ready to go now.
I just thought it was weird that the thing said when I didn't realize it until like when I got home. I had a recording that said it sounded like what I heard was Clayton. That was weird. Now they had a bunch of other stuff that was recorded that was like it seemed like something was talking and recordings were coming in, and we had to go to like this bathroom and done some stuff in there, and that was weird. But that closet with the rocking horse in it was pretty fucking weird.
That's creepy.
We did it all in the dark. And now looking back, whenever I was messing with those apps and stuff, there was a lot of weird stuff that was going on that was like freaking me out. Maybe it was all in my head. Who knows? That's the cool thing about ghosts and demons and shit. Nobody really knows. Nobody can say for sure or not for sure. That's the only thing I know for sure about it. But I don't know. I've just learned that if you feel something in your gut about some shit, there might be some truth to it.
I don't know. It just didn't sit right with me. Speaking of haunted houses and stuff, I've been on a few ghost hunts with a buddy of mine from up in Louisville, Indiana area named Melvin Young. Shout out Melvin. Melvin, he watches all the time. I can't do this. I can't do this anymore. Shout out Melvin. He's a watcher, a viewer all the time.
is unparalleled.
Thanks. But we went to Waverly Hills a few times and was locked in there for 8 hours just by ourselves, just us and a small group of people. Left to tour the whole place free as we wanted to. And we heard a lot of things, a lot of little voices and whispers and noises and shadows. We saw shadows walking around and stuff. But the one that stuck with me was when we were in the room, the main hall, the hangout room where there's lights on and the owners are in there. And you go in there to chill, take a break, eat a snack, whatever. And we leave, we go out, we take a right to go down to the death chute, the death tunnel. If you don't know Waverly Hills Sanatorium in Louisville, Kentucky, I implore you to Google it, check it out. It's fascinating. But we take a right, go to the death chute. We get to the death chute, and we hear there's another. We split up. There's like 6 or 7 of us. We split up in little groups of 3. The other group was ahead of us. They were already in there. We get to the death chute and we hear, some talking and conversating going on down at the bottom of the death chute. So we're like, well, we don't want to walk up on this other team. So let's hang out up here so we don't pollute their investigation. We make noises and stuff that goes onto their recorders, and then they think it's a ghost, and, it's ruined. It's discredit. So we wait. Then we realize, they've stopped talking. They must be recording or something and quiet. And Melvin asked me to check on him or to look down there. So I had this super dope flashlight. So I peek my head around the corner down that death chute and I throw my flashlight down there, and there's no one down there. And there's only one way in, and that's where we were. So that all that talking and conversating we heard was not from a human alive. I don't know what it was, but it wasn't from that group. They were like 3 stories above us.
It makes it scary because at the time you don't even think it's a ghost. Even though you're in this haunted,
right,
place, you're for sure, well, these people are down here fucking around, probably trying to get some content. Not going to fucking run their shit.
Trying to, make a sweet-ass TikTok.
And then find out there's nothing
Get a nice
there.
blowjob in room 34.
Holy shit.
Andrew.
Yeah.
For sure.
Room 34 was the place to go.
That's
Why
what
would
they-
you not?
That's what they say.
Hey,
I hung out in there all night. Got nothing.
I didn't see you turn the cameras on. Are all the cameras on?
Yeah, they're on.
Okay. Wouldn't that have been something?
Yeah. I don't make those kind of mistakes, Andrew.
So we have a segment that we're gonna do. Not something that my father would be happy about, but
I think
I've been out of his
honestly,
house for a long time. Before we go to that,
We're not there yet, are we?
no,
Okay.
we're at the point where we got like I think 1 left, but this is a good one, real good one.
I don't know. I think we're ready for it.
I think
I
so.
didn't think we were. I thought we were going to share some more stuff. But
Well-
okay. Well,
well-
that's okay.
Well, okay. So hang on. I have one ghost paranormal story that I can only that I was at that I can say for sure 100% whatever. So when I was like maybe 12 or whatever, like all my friends were a little older, like 15 or so. And so I went over one of our buddies' house. It was me, him, and then one of our other buddies. And his house had gotten built by his parents. And supposedly his dad, while building the house, seen his mom, who had passed away years earlier.
Oh,
You know?
man.
So with that being noted, we then was like, well, let's go do something. Let's go investigate. Let's go whatever. We didn't, took little recorders, and then they had a little thing or whatever. I don't even know what it is. So we go through his whole
A
house,
silver bullet.
upstairs. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just in case.
Never leave home without it.
A white rabbit.
we go through downstairs, we go through upstairs,
Jumbo dong.
and at the very upstairs outside corner of the house, there's this big window. It's maybe like 3 panes wide. It's a wide window. We pull back the curtain, and I be damned if looked like a finger did it. Drew an egg from the outside of the window. It was fresh. Drew an egg that was broken, and then had initials GAW in the egg.
And
It was creepy.
her initials.
I don't know whose initials.
Oh,
I don't know. It wasn't my family. I don't know.
man.
But then
did you watch it happen, or did you just turn
no,
around? And
no. We just so happened to see it, and like that's the thing. Like we were trying to wipe it from the inside, but it was like a little chillier outside, so it was a little cooler. So there was like fog on the windows. You know what I'm saying?
I did it from the outside.
But it's upstairs. You can't reach up there from the ground.
Second story window.
Yeah.
That's wild.
That was creepy. And then they expect me to sleep in that fucking house that night. Hell no. Take me home, bitch.
I've got a little experience that I'd like to share. I was living in Indiana at the time with a girl. We bought a house and did the whole thing or whatever, and it wasn't working out. And for a little while, I moved into this basement of this house with this older couple. The woman that I worked with was a real sweet woman, and her husband was wonderful. And they just accepted this strange boy who was, in deep water, willingly. Gave me a place to stay for a couple of months. I'm thankful for, but they told me that the man, Rick, his name was Rick, he had a son who passed away when he was 16 in a car accident, and they said that they have felt him in the house, heard him in the house and stuff, and wanted to let me know about it, not to worry about it. They wanted to tell me, but he usually does things like turn lights on and off, TVs on and off, and all that stuff. And so sure enough, staying down in the basement by myself in a dark time, watching TV, the TV channel would change on its own, or the TV would go off entirely, and the room would be pitch black, and I'd be panicking to turn the TV back on. And I told them about that stuff, and they think, he was a prankster kid. When he was alive, they said he's probably just fucking with me. One morning, I get up, it's raining outside and storming, it's pitch black, it's in a basement. I go to leave to go to work. The light switch is by the stairs. The only way out is the patio door, and it's on the other side of the room. So every morning I got to flip that light switch off and walk through a void of darkness to get to that door.
No, sir.
But that's fine. I'm a grown-ass man, and there's nothing. I hadn't been spooked by anything there, really, besides the TV thing.
I don't like that stuff.
I flipped that light switch off, turned around, took 2 steps towards that door, and someone blew in my ear. Like that. I could hear it like that, like the noise I just made. I could hear it come from the throat. Ooh. And I could hear it leave their lips, and I feel it hit my ear. And man, I fucking jumped out of my goddamn skin. Told them about it, and they just laughed and laughed and laughed and thought for sure that was probably him. And nothing like that happened again, except for one night. I had a room down there too. Most of the time I just passed out on the couch, but they gave me a room down in that basement as well. Well, for whatever reason that night I actually went to that room, and I'm laying in the room sleeping, trying to go to sleep. The door's cracked with the hallway light on because it's pitch black in that basement again, like I've said a million times. If I got to get and piss, I got to see where I'm going. And I kind of dozed off and come back, and I open my eyes, and the room feels real heavy and real weird. And there's a black mass with the clear shoulders and head standing in the crack of that door. And he's so tall, this being or whatever it is so tall that his head's cut off by the top of the door frame. So it's a good 9 foot tall, whatever the fuck it is, standing there in the crack of that door, staring at me or staring in the opposite direction. Couldn't tell. It was just black silhouette. All I know is that I I got startled by the boy, but I didn't feel like fear from him or anything. If it was the boy, that thing was like the first time I'd ever felt like real, true, legit fear. Like my fight or flight kicked in against my will. And it
tunnel vision shit
yeah,
almost like
yeah, it disappeared with literally the blink of an eye. People use that term, but you know, he was literally there and then gone, whatever it was. And I never saw it again, and nothing ever come of that. I even used Melvin's kit to try to get some voices or something on EVPs, but I never got anything. But that shit has stuck with me my whole life ever since then.
Ooh.
And I don't know if it was like I kind of like egged it on. I brought it to me because I was in such a dark spot, you know, depressed and not in a good place, or what. But that shit sure was terrifying. I never felt that before in my whole life.
they say that kind of shit brings that kind of stuff on. I mean, who knows? But
that's what my song "Haunted House" is about, loosely.
that place.
Yeah. Or, you know, I made a story out of it for a song's sake, but that's where the idea come from.
Interesting.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah. I remember when you first told me about that, I was like, dude, because like there's a certain caliber of fear when you're alone
Yeah.
in the world.
Literally.
You know what I mean? You're in
At
a
that
different
point,
state.
Yeah, I'm not going to go to these strangers.
Yeah, I mean
Right.
that's
As good as they were to me.
still like unknown. You don't necessarily feel safe.
No friends. No family.
Nobody was trying to get you to come back home, asking you to come stay.
Nobody knew either.
I've had a bunch of crazy shit that I could say, and like mainly things that happened when I was smaller and littler that I, you know, at home experienced, I guess. But as far as being able to say there's a little bit more truth to it, it was like when I was older. When we first moved here, like this house was built in 1902, so instantly my weirdo ass is thinking about the shit like that. And when we came in and checked the house out the first time with the lady, the property manager, I asked her straight up, it was like the last question I asked her. I was like, anybody ever said this
We got ghosties in here or what?
place is haunted? And she was like, I couldn't tell if she was like taken back by it or if she was just like hiding something. Or maybe I'm just in my head and she was just like, no, absolutely not, for a reason, because nobody had.
No, why are you so fucking weird?
Yeah, that's what I felt like she was saying. But there was some stuff that happened a couple times here and there between all of us that lived here, and you know, enough that we were curious about it for sure. And the same place, one of the places you went with Melvin, the people who run that place, they do MUFON network too. We had them come and check the place out just for giggles and shits, and they had to do a little investigation to try to get some type of evidence before they could bring anybody in to try to do something, because otherwise they're wasting their time. They're not like, you know, Zach Bagan's busy, but they got shit going on. And, you know, they came back after their investigation and showed us some stuff that was like, all right, this is fucking weird. You can't explain that shit. One of the things was there's an EVP they caught, which is an electronic voice phenomenon, if you didn't know. And it was a voice saying no, clear as day, at that time in the nursery, because we hadn't had Sophie yet. I was just freaked out about it, man. But they came back and done some stuff, and everything was fine for a while. We didn't have any weird shit go on here. And I'm not saying that the weird shit we had happen was ghosts or demons. I'm just saying we had some shit we couldn't explain happen that we thought warranted, you know, doing something about it instead of ignoring it.
Right.
And these people that had experienced this stuff and weren't getting paid to do this told us, hey, we fully believe there's something going on here. We think we've got it taken care of for now, but you never know in these kind of situations. Well, the thing that the number one thing that comes to mind that just blows my mind because of who told it to me and who it involved is we had a babysitter. I won't mention her name, but I'd been around her enough to know that straight as an arrow for the most part that I knew of. Pretty quiet gal, never really. One of those people that didn't.
No lesbianos.
Yeah.
Straight.
She wouldn't be somebody who would tell a story just to make herself the center of attention, because she's kind of one of those people that kind of would rather just creep out of the room before anybody knows she's there, There was one day, and at this point, she'd been watching Sophie for probably almost a year, maybe. And every day it was the same. I'd get off work, I'd get home, her and Sophie'd be there. She'd sometimes stick around and hang out for a minute and play with Sophie for a little longer. And sometimes she'd just go do whatever she had to do. Hi and bye, thank you, appreciate it. One day I got home, I had Sophie a toy, and I remember being in the kitchen unwrapping it, and she was still there. She hadn't said anything to me really yet, and I could, even though she's a quiet person, I noticed that there was some kind of tension coming from her. She hadn't said nothing. And she hung out for a while, though, without saying anything. And finally she came up to me, and she was like, I have to talk to you about something. And I don't want you guys to think I'm crazy, but I have to talk to you about it. And I was like, well, I'm not going to think you're crazy unless she's like, comes off with some crazy shit. I'm like, you are watching my kid. But if she was like, I did a handstand today for 5 hours on your counter and ate everything in your cabinets, have no idea where your kid was at, that would have been crazy to me. Nobody's going to say that, though, unless they're insane. But she was like, have you guys ever had anything weird happen here that you couldn't explain or anything like that? And I was like, yeah, I mean, there's been some weird stuff happen if you're talking about, ghost shit. She's like, well, something happened to me today and I feel crazy because I haven't been able to explain it in my head since it happened. She's like, but I got to tell you. So I'm fucking intrigued, bro. Because I was never going to tell the babysitter that shit happened. I didn't want to be like, hey, when we're gone, if anything happens, know that we just have some weird stuff happen here sometimes.
Hey, hide the knives and don't let your back leave the corner because you're going to get gat.
Crawl down the wall like this with your back against the wall anywhere you go in the house.
If a creepy black-haired girl comes down the stairs in a backward spider motion,
she pays rent.
Don't worry about it.
What she told me that happened was, and I can't confirm that it did because I wasn't here, but I know that this girl is, like I said, as straight as you can get. She doesn't...
No
I've
lesbianos.
Never seen her drink, never seen her smoke, nothing. She said it was about lunchtime. Sophie was getting tired. She took Sophie into my bedroom and laid Sophie down on the bed and sat with her, and Sophie fell asleep. She then grabbed her phone off the charger, went into the kitchen where we were standing at the time. I think she said she was just, hanging out by the bar, texting on her phone, vaping, just chilling. First time she's been by herself all day. From over there where the sink is in the kitchen, you can look diagonally and see the entry to the dining room. She said Sophie peeked around the corner of the dining room and smiled at her and peeked back. And she was like, Sophie, you little shit. And then she goes and she's like, I just put you down to bed. It's time to go to sleep. As she's going into the dining room, she looks and she's not there, so she thinks maybe she's in the living room. But as she crosses, my bedroom door is there, and she sees out of her peripheral Sophie laying in the bed still asleep where she left her.
Fuck.
And she said...
Take me back to Mammal's.
She said she was fucking terrified. She's like, I know I'm not crazy. I know that I seen Sophie do it. She's like, I made eye contact with her. And that sounded like something Sophie would do,
That's the devil.
Yeah, she went back. She's like, I got Sophie. I picked her up in her sleep, took her to the living room, and sat there with her all day long. They didn't move, damn near. She was like, I was so scared. And if I'm not mistaken, she said that again that day she had seen something around a corner, but it wasn't as vivid. It didn't look like anything. She just seen something again and just wouldn't even, like, I'm sure her senses were on high alert at that point.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have wanted to seen it either. But, dude,
No.
this girl was straight shook up, bro.
Naturally, you would be.
Yeah, so we got plenty of questions about this house and this garage. So, why don't you tell us what we got here, Crowder?
Sorry?
Why don't you tell us what we got here?
Oh, we bought ourselves a Ouija board this afternoon, specifically for this episode. We're gonna crack her open and ask a few questions, just see if some shit goes down, or see if anybody has anything to say. None of us have ever played before.
Nope.
Andrew don't even know how.
Fucking terrified, too, to be honest with you.
I know it's going to be fun.
We're gonna give it a shot.
Because it's
So-
all about the episode. It's all about giving the people content.
So we got to do some rearranging,
It's all about selling ourselves to the devil. Yes.
All right, so we got to do some rearranging. Let's do that. Let's play this Ouija board.
All right, you blessed people. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. The point of no return.
Pretty excited about this.
Gonna not be that big of a deal, but we're making it a big deal. Trevor's worried. When Trevor worries, I worry. All right, Andrew.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
Um.
I'm not worried about what's going to happen right now. If that...
Right. How we do this, Andrew, is we ask it a question. Well, first we need to ask if there's any spirits here, and we all got to place our fingers on the planchette. Respectfully, right? You just place them lightly. I'm gonna have to move that before I burn my damn fingers. All right.
So you put your fingers on
Yep.
it
Yep.
Two
And
fingers.
and then ask the
usually.
question.
just yep, 2 fingers lightly. And what we'll say here is, or I guess what I'll say is, are there any spirits here? You're welcome. We welcome you here. Talk. Are there any spirits here that want to speak to us? Anybody at all?
We're reaching out to the spirit realm.
Hands are shaking.
Mine are too. Like something's going to fucking...
Anybody is here, come holler at me. Us, not just me. Fuck with them too.
Anything's welcome, human or non-human.
So if I'm being honest, y'all said respectfully, and I'm fixing to get disrespectful.
Well, that's the worst thing you can do.
We're trying to make content, ain't we?
I
Yeah.
guess so.
Look, there's something in that house. I do know that, and I
that's-
definitely know that there's shit out here in this garage, man.
Yeah,
Y'all
so-
come holler at us
My only worry is, let's keep it strictly
out here.
garage oriented.
Yeah.
How light are you supposed to touch it?
You're supposed to just lay your fingers on it.
I'm barely even touching it.
You ain't gotta like hover above it or anything. Just put them on. Just don't press.
Man, they probably too scared of.
I mean-
Probably ain't.
I think I'm doing this right. That is how you start the game, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Do we need to Google that?
No. I think there's just no bullshitters in this room.
No.
We the real ones.
I feel like the game's a lot of bullshit. A lot of somebody pushing and pulling.
I haven't moved it.
I wonder how it would feel if one of us did. Would you be able to tell?
I don't know. Yes, I can tell.
Could you tell that?
Yeah. Mainly because Andrew's finger stayed still and it just slid underneath it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you do have to put your fingers on, Andrew. Like on.
All right, now pussies.
Oh, God. All right.
We're talking to you, Satan.
Now, if anything's here, man, come holler at us. Let's talk about it.
You're welcome. You're welcome here anytime.
Well, right here, right now, anyway. Maybe not tomorrow, but yeah, I got some questions, and I need answers.
If anybody would like to speak with us, feel free to come through the planchette and move it.
Feel free to come through this ass.
And not be a little bitch. No, I don't want to do that. Just communicating respectfully. We take this ghost shit way too serious to start cussing out demons.
Can we double check this? Make sure we're doing this right.
Oh,
Sure.
we are, I promise.
Sure. Yeah, there might be a way to start it off that I don't know about. There are no rules to this, is there?
Yeah, they ain't trying to get a lawsuit.
Oh.
All right, let's just try it again.
What happened? Something already happened?
What? Should have the whole table.
Like sex for the first time. Sometimes you gotta.
So yeah, I mean, so we have a yes, a no, a goodbye. We have numbers and letters.
See it on other videos and stuff, and it's like fucking going ape shit.
I don't know. See, we're not gonna give y'all no bullshit
Put your fingers on, Andrew, and like it.
like these little girls do.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Now, once again, roll call. If you are here in spirit of whatever the fuck else, come holler at your boys. We know we are blessed, but don't take that as a threat.
Like the ghost of Tupac is gonna come through and talk to us now.
That'd be sick. Quit that bullshit.
I ain't doing that shit.
I didn't do that one.
Alright.
I swear to God, y'all, I didn't fucking do that.
Now that we got your attention,
Heck, sniffling. I'm so sorry to me.
Wait, I closed my eyes that time. You think that might open your...
I don't know.
but now that we got your attention, are you here with us? How many are you? Are you a single entity? Are you multiple? Can you answer that for us, please?
Single mother of 3, father of 3. What did it land on?
It's like a G.
Kind of, yeah, but we was
Like I
kind of
said,
there anyway.
Tupac.
Like maybe they're calling us real G's.
Yeah. But they just done not to let us know that they're here. So what else you got? Are you a single unit? Single being? We just want to know who we're communicating with.
Are you good? Are you bad? Do you have bad intentions? Here?
Anywhere, for that matter.
You can move it, man. We ain't gonna bite. Are you?
For the record, if anybody can't tell via the video, it is moving very subtly
Ever so slightly.
by itself, but not all over the board spelling shit out like it's supposed to.
So maybe that's the wrong question.
Maybe we shouldn't even ask a question. Is there something you need to just...
Yeah, get off your ghostly chest. Man, this is...
I don't know why the fuck it moved that first time.
Are you still here? Are you still interested in communicating?
I'm
It is ever so slightly. You can communicate a little stronger if you would like.
Elbows free.
What in the flying fuck, dude?
Where are you taking us to? Are you taking us to yes? That's awesome. Yeah, let's go. Come on, I'm with you, man. Whoa, that's sick.
My fingers are so on this thing lightly.
I'm barely touching this motherfucker, y'all.
It's just like kind of creeping on its own.
Are we going to yes? Go ahead and take us there.
All of us shaking like a bunch of little bitches.
Yeah.
It's from having my arms extended, I think.
I think it's from this demon pushing the planchette to yes for me.
I don't think we're in harm right now. He's just letting us know. They're just letting us know they're here. The question is, are you still here and wanting to communicate? And look how close we are to the yes. That was the question. If you're still here, take us over the yes. If you would still like to communicate. Waiting on you. At your speed, your discretion. But hurry up.
Respectfully.
But anytime now.
Ain't nothing but a jokester. Is that you?
Got a little bit of a nudge.
Nudge, yeah.
Those could also just be the subtleties of our hands.
That's right. Any of you would like to talk to him? By the way, mean no harm. We just want to talk, man. Got some questions.
Did you live here? Are you from here? Was this your house? Or your land?
What about that missing board here in the garage?
What happened with this missing rafter?
Was that you?
I don't want to go over there.
Look, man, ever since I've been coming in this garage, that missing rafter has really made me uneasy because I don't know what happened. However, I feel it. Is that you? Yeah?
That's funny.
All right. Go ahead and take us over. If this is you, let us know. Oh man, I'm chilled up.
What the fuck, dude?
It's weird. So I've never seen it so subtle before.
Dude, that's heavy.
If that's all you can do, that's good enough.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Can we reset the thing? Can we reset this?
Only if you're not
I don't-
getting anything, I think.
I don't know how that works. I really don't.
I think you just let it ride.
Okay, so I don't know how to confirm if this is yes or not, but it seems like you would have hung yourself from this rafter. Is that the case? If so, put me dead on yes. If not, take me off of it. Did you hang yourself in here? You can let us know. Don't be ashamed of it. Okay. Alright, I'm a little creeped out.
Oh, it's off the board. We're gonna need to reset it now.
Did they take pictures of you when they came here from MUFON? Were you the one that showed up on the camera?
Well, do you know what he's referring to? He had some experts come out and investigate. Was you aware of this?
Remember, I was so stoned I couldn't stay awake. I slept through the whole thing.
Were you the one that communicated with me through the dowsing rods?
Mm. 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 How old are you? Are you younger in age? Have you lived your life? Are you older? I'm curious as to what makes someone go through the pain that you did. Yep. How old are you, my friend?
Are y'all fucking with me right now?
Oh, my heart's racing.
Not if you aren't.
I'm not.
My heart's racing.
I ain't under the pressure to even
dude.
move this motherfucker, bro.
All right, so I have a question. Are you 45 or are you 34?
From my angle, it says 45. But
And then I see 45. Yeah. Wow. You got me, dude. Are you female? Are you male? Or are you female? Yes or no, please.
how does it answer that question?
Is it if you are female, please hit yes or no. Are you female? Where we going? If you're a male, we're going to no.
My fingers are on this thing so
Mine too.
slightly. By the way, can't hardly reach anymore. There's this thing called idiomotor systems or something that your brain makes you. I done took my fingers off. Sorry. Your brain makes you move it, whether you know it or not. You can interlock your fingers, interlock your hands, and hold your index fingers 1 inch apart from each other and stare at them, and they'll automatically go together. It's some wild ass shit. It's the same concept.
All
I'm
right.
telling you right now, I know that nobody's fucking.
No, I'm moving it.
We know we have enough fucking sense coming into this what this is.
All right, my friend. I have another question for you. Thank you for communicating with us.
Cool.
I'm so sorry, guys. I can't. I'm gonna knock this mic over.
All right, thank you so far. Do you come in peace? Are you peaceful? Do you mean to cause... Actually, my question is, do you mean to cause any harm towards the individuals living here? Are you harmful? Entirely on you, my friend. Are you a peaceful spirit? We come in peace. We just want to know who we're dealing with. So what you're telling me is that you are not a peaceful spirit. You are not a good spirit. Now you're on no. Now, if you are not a peaceful spirit, take us to yes. If you wish to do harm, take us to yes.
No.
Yeah, so you're moving us to no. So that what you're telling us is that you are a peaceful spirit. Is that correct?
Do you know if there is spirits here that are not peaceful? Or is there more than one spirit here? Are there spirits here that we should be worried about?
Tell us whatever we need to know. Do we need to be worried about any spirits or entities here in this house?
Andrew, you are trembling, bro.
I'm
Are you
shaking.
cold?
No, I'm shaking, bro. Terrified. Should we be afraid of anything here? I have to take this as no, because we've been moving around.
Is there anything that you need to say that you didn't get to say before you left the world that we're in? Now's your chance to do it. Respectfully.
No.
Lord.
There, but just barely.
Answer me this question. How many spirits are here? Is it just you? Are you one? Are you multiple? How many of you are there? Oh, please go left.
Oh, please go live.
Fuck, dude.
How many of there are you?
It's weird. Like it don't have it. Not got enough juice. Push it, or we're doing it.
Number value wise, how many spirits live here? Please tell us. Feel like we have the right to know. Unless y'all gonna start chipping in on rent. How many spirits live here? Look, he heard rent and started going up to no.
Yeah. Now wait just a damn minute. Is Andrew gonna have a heart attack before this is over?
Was you from here? Was you from here in town? Are you a local?
Was you here before town was made?
Wow. Can you tell us the year that you were here? What is the last year that you remember? If it's okay, I assume the year would be 19 something. Can you highlight the last 2 digits of the year that you were here? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It would have been 19 what?
I don't. 1 to 90 though.
Mm-hmm.
That's one more question, and then we're going to wrap this up. It's going to be a 2-hour episode of us scaring each other.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this.
Well, hang on. If this is the last one, we definitely want you to be at peace. We obviously mean no harm. We wanted to communicate with you. What's a good last question?
And we thank you for communicating with us.
Lord Jesus, be with the pygmies down in Africa.
What my question for you, is this your eternal place? Will you forever stay here? Or are you just passing through? Is this your eternal place, your eternal home? Or are you just passing through? Yes or no, please. Crazy.
And does it make you mad that we are here?
That's good. Does it upset you that we are trying to communicate? Yes or no, please.
Okay, we're going to have to call it.
Yeah.
Whoever it is.
So everybody puts their hands on there.
Yeah, put your hands in there and take it to goodbye.
We gotta do a circle first.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. Thank you. We appreciate you. We do not give you permission to follow us. Go back to where you came.
Thank you, friend. Goodbye. You are not to follow anybody. Anybody. Damn, man, I feel like I made a connection with this guy.
I wouldn't be pissy about it.
It just feels different when somebody moves it.
Oh, dude.
I
Yeah,
can feel
absolutely.
it coming from a direction. When you move it, he moves it.
45 years old is what?
But I do
45-year-old male.
I do want to say that theory or whatever, that idiomotor, whatever the fuck it is, I can't remember the term. it's you do it and you don't even know you're doing it, kind of
I
thing.
know, but I was trying to pay super hard attention.
Yeah,
to it if
absolutely.
I was doing it.
Well, that don't matter. It's against your will.
This
know.
was 100%.
However, what I do know for sure is that we didn't move that thing.
A lick. Anytime that we did move it, it moved like that and then stopped.
Yeah, you could.
But-
I mean, you could see us like taking our hands off and touching it again.
There's
This
a couple
thing-
times are trembling. I would see it sitting there shaking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it also, so one of the good times that it ran pretty far or whatever. You
Stay
could
flush?
you could so like it never did tilt one way or the other. And another thing is that everybody's hands were doing that.
Shaking like a motherfucker.
Shaking,
And that motherfucker
dude.
went straight to you.
That was
So, like-
terrifying.
I just don't know how you could keep that thing moving.
I was very skeptical going into this, and I don't know that I condone this kind of thing.
No, this is not for kids.
Dude, I was so skeptical going into this, and now that we've done it, holy shit. That was insane. We were literally communicating, 45-year-old male, and
Said he did
yeah,
do something.
man,
in here.
for what you can't see is ever since we moved in here, there's been a rafter out in the garage that is gone. Well, if you think hard enough about it, you can start to speculate, and I just always kind of had the feeling somebody hung themselves from that rafter. Now, why that rafter would not be there anymore, I don't know. Why wouldn't you just, whatever? But, man, that kind of, like, I guess, confirmed what I thought I knew.
Mm-hmm.
If you even believe in this sort of thing. But I'm going to tell you right now with my own eyes, I got nothing to lie about. That was one of the craziest experiences I've ever.
Yeah,
Ever
It's
had.
strange.
very strange. I can't confirm or deny if it was something out of this world. I just know that at first I didn't think nothing was going to happen because I know neither one of you are going to bullshit. You see people playing this shit and they're like, oh my God.
Oh yeah,
I
it's
knew that
zooming
wasn't-
across the board the whole time.
I didn't think that was going to happen.
That thing
But
traveled, though,
Yeah.
all
It's
the way
stra- it's
across
weird.
the board.
when you were shaking, I was freezing.
Yeah.
And I saw our hands shaking because we all were at the same time like, this motherfucker's moving pretty gracefully. And I was shaking like a bitch. Just like that.
At one point, Andrew was having convulsions.
And it
I
was
was
just
terrified.
going, bugging.
Oh, my God.
Well,
dude.
there you have it. Pick up a Ouija board for your kids at your local
Spirit Halloween.
Spirit Halloween or Toy Mart.
Did your camera just cut off? I don't know which one it was though.
Shouldn't have. They're fresh batteries.
But
Might be the
what cue the outro.
yeah. Well,
And we'll give you an update on we have sleep paralysis.
yeah. Or if Trevor gets touched anally in his sleep, you never know what could happen.
Cue the outro.
So we hope you enjoyed our Halloween special. As Andrew says, our Halloween extravaganza. We had a good time dressing up, hanging out for you, getting all spooky and talking creepy shit. We all love Halloween. We also love you. We're super appreciative that you watch. If you have any questions for us, anything you want to say to us or ask us or shoot the shit with us about, you can send in emails. You can send in, in text form or whatever. You can send in videos, selfies of yourself if you want. You can send in audio form, whatever you need, and about anything, whatever floats your boat. You can send that stuff into blestboyspod@gmail.com. That's blestpod@gmail.com. We're here every day. We answer your emails. We want to hear from you, and we love you. Stay blessed.
And as always, we got some brand new BBPs headed right your way, and I'm not talking about big, beautiful penises. No, I am talking about the new Blest Boyz Pod. And here coming soon, we got the Thanksgiving one coming, so we're going to have a little feast. We're going to do a little something special in some coming episodes, so we hope you guys enjoyed this one.
It ain't your Peepaw's podcast. It's the People's Podcast. It's the Blest Boyz Podcast.
Woo! I'm about drunk.